Hey guys, welcome back. Haven't posted a video in a while, and this one's actually different. It's actually not on the 51, but it's on a 2003 Silverado I have. And if any of you have this year truck or this body style, you know these dashes are just horrible for cracking. This is actually my third of this generation, and all three of them have had cracked dash holes. So I'm gonna attempt to fix this one. I've never done this before, but it's a plastic welder. We're gonna weld them from the back. I got a bunch. This, you can see I tried to use JB plastic weld. That didn't work, it just cracked instantly. And I tried the same thing. This is actually, I tried super glue. I actually don't, this one didn't crack. It cracked a little bit again up here, but not where I glued it. So I glued them and then I put them on the tailgate to dry. And then a huge gust of wind came through and blew it off and cracked it in multiple spots again. So now we're going with this method. We're gonna see how it goes. These things are so fragile, so we gotta be careful. I know there's a couple, I think it's over here somewhere. I don't know, there's a bunch. So we're gonna see how it goes. There's one in here that I have kind of pushed flat, so you can't really see it. It goes through here back to about here. So we're gonna see how this goes. Hopefully this works. And I actually paint stripped it. I gotta go around and get like little bits that I missed, but I paint stripped it, and I'm gonna repaint it because I don't know if it's just the ones that I've had, but every single one I've had peels up in this corner. This is the passenger side where the handle is, right above the glove box. It always peels right here and right here. So SEM actually sells a good paint match for almost all the colors. I have the classic dark graphite or something like that. It's actually right here, this color. So I bought that and stripped it down, and now hopefully we can repair all these cracks and then get it painted. If any of you are curious, this is the paint stripper I used. This is the only one I saw that didn't say don't use it on plastic. It did say try it in a certain area first, which I did. I tried it down like on the side, or actually I tried it right there. So I tried it on the back side, and something I learned from it is if you're gonna do it in the shade, because I did it in the sun and it kind of like bleached it. So I don't think it messed anything up structurally, but it started turning it white. I don't know if that was just because it was in the sun and it started drying on it or what, but I would try and do it in the shade. I kind of just sprayed on, let it sit for like 10 minutes. I tried to keep it from drying, and then I just had a pressure washer and sprayed it all off. Stand back when you use the pressure washer. It didn't mess it up at all, so you're fine using the pressure washer on it. But obviously, again, these are really fragile, so I'd still be careful just in case. I don't know, some are going to be more brittle than others. This one's fairly maintained, so I don't know, but that's the paint stripper I used, and time to attempt this. I think the first crack we'll go with is that one right there. Make sure you get it as flush as possible. That's why I have a little box down here to hold that end up, to keep this nice and flush, because you want it perfectly flat, obviously, so that way it's seamless on the other side. I'm also probably gonna buy, there's a dash filler that they sell on Amazon. I'm probably gonna order that, and then if there is anything, go through, I guess it's kind of like a Bondo, but for the dash. I don't know, we'll figure it out, but this is the first step. So I'm gonna get going on the ones that I haven't done yet, and then I'll probably try and scrape all this JB weld off and fix those better, because that clearly did nothing. So let's get started, I guess. So I have absolutely no idea how to use this thing, but I'm just using this attachment, or this knob. I've watched videos on it. I don't read the instructions, but I know this is hot, so I don't know which way would be better. I've seen some people do this way, or some people go that way. I don't know what the structural benefit is, difference. I don't know. I might just go, I guess if I go this way, there's more going that. You know what, we're just gonna go for it. We're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna try and set the phone up, maybe. So I know you can't see anything, so that's good. But I'm just gonna, no wait, we'll go this way. Find it. Then like big wheel. Oh, that's not how you do it. How do I? Just pull out? It's not. There we go. Look at that. Alright. So, right on the crack, as you can see. Now you can see, I think the crack goes down to here actually, so you can see it work, unless I just completely missed it. But you can see, there we go. So I'm gonna add another one up here, and we'll see how it goes. I just gotta stick another one of these things in there, and we'll go for it again. I know you use the clippers to clip that excess off, but we'll try this the second one and then clip them. Just set you down again. All right. Go right. Let that sit for a second. There we go. All right. Okay. So now you can see the crack's not even going up down to there. So I'm gonna try and weld this part up here. Get that welded. Let me cut these excess off first, and then I'll weld that up there. Apply a few more maybe wherever I can, and then we'll look at it from the other side, see how it looks. So feeling pretty good about it. First lesson, don't use the cutters they come with, they're horrible. I already gave up, I just started using mine, but we're gonna do a first look at the other side. Oh, I don't like how that sounds. Let's see. Okay. I mean, oh, I went through. Okay, don't do that. Don't go through. But, you know, it's better than it was. It's not moving around as much, so I think that, plus some filler maybe, definitely helped. Don't melt through like I did. I think that was actually my first one. So, don't melt through. But, also what I've been doing is going down a little bit just so I can't see the top of that, and then you gotta let it sit for just a second to cool off before you before you try and pull this back, because the first time I tried to pull it back and it started coming with it, so you want to let it cool off really quick and then pull it out. So I think I'm gonna do one more up here, going across that, and then we'll attempt at another one. So I don't think it's working horribly. Better than the glue, so that's a plus. So I think that's actually the other crack. Yeah, there's one right there. So we'll go for that one next. That one's obviously less of a structural point, so we'll attempt this. It's doing better than the glue. That's all that matters. This is the only part of the instructions I looked at, so you know what spot or which ones you can use where. I think these ones, there's this one, and then like a less squiggly one. Oh, there you go. Those I think are both like for straight, or I guess flat spots. And then there's these two angled ones that I guess are for like bends. So someone else can try that. I'm not going to. I don't think I actually have any cracks on red on bends, so I don't know. We're gonna attempt to fix that, and then we'll go find another one. I think we're gonna go with that one over there. So let's try it again. So I completely lied on one of those last clips because I ended up having to try the little angle one, and I mean it worked pretty well. Gave it definitely more support. So now I can lift it up and don't see. I also have the 3 less squiggly ones down here. But I know there's 2 different types of welders, or plastic welders. There's this one where it kind of puts like a steel reinforcement through it. And then there's also another one which is kind of just like a flat triangle that kind of just melts it into one solid thing. I guess kind of like a MIG welder, and then this would be like TIG or stick. Don't quote me on that, but that's how I'm interpreting it, as this you're putting in your own metal, and then the other one's kind of just melting the metal that's there. I guess you're also adding a little bit, but they also, I know the other one that with the little triangle, it comes with little steel sheets instead of like the rods like this, so that you lay the little steel rod. Actually, I guess the other one would be more stick, because it also comes with a plastic filler stick, and you lay down the little metal sheet wire, whatever you want to call it, and then you feed in the stick, and then you melt it down some more. So I don't know which one's better. I got this for like 20 bucks on Amazon. Seems to be working pretty good. I had like 2,000 reviews. And then I know the other one, I think it was around like 30 bucks. They also have like the $100 ones, like the super expensive ones, but I wasn't gonna spend that much money. So we got this one, and this JB Weld really isn't that great. It's kind of just peeling off like rubber. So this is the biggest one. This is the reason I took the dash off, and it was the only one at the time. And then now we have like 45 going across this thing. So again, that's why you got to be really careful with it. So I'm gonna go ahead with this little one right here. Here's another one I attempted to glue. I don't think that one cracked some more, so I honestly might just leave that alone. But we're gonna fix this one right here. And then I don't know, there's this one right here. And that one, I think that might be it, to be honest. So we got 1, 2, 3. Obviously that one that we just fixed. There's little cracks like this for this little vent area, but I don't think I'm gonna mess with that. Mainly because that's super thin. I don't even know if one of these things will, I mean, it'll be really close. I honestly might just leave that alone. I don't think there's any way over here. We'll figure it out along the way. Another note, when you're taking this off, be really mindful of like this. There's 2 bolts that come in the side. That wasn't even avoidable. I literally just loosened it, and the plastic just cracked and came with it straight. Same with over here. There's a couple of these. I need to fix that too. Where's one? Right there, these 2. I literally just loosened it, and it just was so stuck with the bolt, it just snapped straight out. So these other ones that didn't break, what I ended up doing is I loosened it just a little bit, and then I tightened it, or snugged it up again, and then loosened it, snugged it up again, and then loosened it, and then was able to back it out just to kind of break it free from the plastic first, and then take it out. So I'm just gonna go around and do all these other ones, and then I'll show you guys the final result, and we'll see if this is worth the 20 bucks or not. So the difference I'm seeing in these is obviously if I went this way, I'm gonna have more going across, but it's not gonna have as much leverage going out than like out of the crack. So I don't know if it's better to just do this and just apply them closer together like that, or do this. Obviously you can fit fewer along the crack, but there's more going back and forth. So I don't know, this way might be better. I might start doing them this way. That's how I did it over here, and then I just try to do that. Absolutely no idea which one's better. You guys can form your own opinions on that. I don't know. That's all I had to say in this clip. Alright. Got all that scraped off. Hopefully you watch this video before you try the JB Weld step, because it literally just scraped straight off. Wiping it down with some mineral spirits, and I'm gonna let that dry. But I let this dry for 3 days, and then it cracked. So it had plenty of cure time. It's just, JB Weld might be good for other things, but it's not that great for this. So I don't know. This plastic welder so far is working a lot better. So we're gonna attempt, obviously we're gonna make it flush before, but this is all scraped off and then wiped down with some mineral spirits. So we're gonna go from the back up to try and help it level out instead of trying to go from here, because this was more flush because it's not cracked down here. So it was easier to make that flush, and then we're just gonna slowly work our way up. Hopefully get it the best we can on the back side, and then maybe we don't even have to use some filler. Actually, we might over here because I burned through. But I don't know. Well, this is the main crack, so we're gonna try and get this fixed up, and this worked out over here actually really well too. So we just have this one, and then this one down here, and then I don't know if I should try. I might peel that off too, because that's super glue, not JB Weld, and I think it might be showing through a little bit. It's hard to tell in this light, but I think it's that right there. Yeah, it's that right there. So I don't know if I'm gonna mess with that or not, to be honest, because it's not really on one of the stress points. That's definitely a stress point back there. That's a stress point, and that one was. So I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. So we're gonna get working on this one and see how it goes. So far so good still. I'm gonna add a little bit more down here. You can obviously still see the crack. I'm gonna have to sand it down just a little bit. I tried to apply glue from the top side. It clearly did nothing. But I mean, it's working so far. The biggest thing is definitely don't push too hard when you're going, because it does melt through easily. So I think I'm gonna put the less squiggly ones between these. I left a little bit of a gap, as you can see, because these don't reach out as far. I figured I'd put those going across, give us some more leverage going through. So I'm gonna clip all these and then get started doing that after. All right, so a couple things. I honestly would recommend this. It's working really good so far. As you can see, I applied a lot going through here. So apply as much as you can, and again, wait for the plastic to cool a little bit before you even try and pull it back. Don't push it in too far. And another reason you don't want to push it, not only because it'll go through the other side, but if you're pushing on it, you might throw your crack alignment off, and then it might mess it up, and then kind of defeats the purpose of doing this. But I mean, I don't like moving this around, like that's not moving. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break. I definitely feel a lot more confident moving it around right now than I did before, because I don't feel like it's gonna keep spider webbing down. Obviously I wasn't able to get this perfect. I tried my best, but I'm just gonna have to sand that down just a little bit. You don't want to sand it down too much because there is that pattern on here, so you don't want to get rid of that. But I mean, honestly, it's working pretty well. You can see, if you look down here, you can see this crack. I mean, not really right now because it's not on anything, but there's this crack right here, which I tried to glue. And there's this crack, which is a little bit harder to see, at least in person, except for where I melted through. That's the only reason I knew it was right here from farther away. But I'm just gonna attempt to do this one now. But I'm really happy with that, how that one turned out. So we're gonna get this one going. And I think that's it. I don't know, I still don't know if I'm gonna touch that one yet. But I believe, like, as you can see, it doesn't, like, that's not moving as I'm shaking that. So I'm gonna have to do an examine over there, see if there's any cracks over there, because I don't know. I know this is really the only one I know of right now, which I'm gonna have to scrape this glue off. I don't know if this glue is gonna come off as much as the JB Weld did, or as easy, I should say. But so far so good for 20 bucks. I mean, you can't really complain, to be honest. I'll leave the link to it down in the description. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. It's turning out good so far. I'll definitely probably do this again if I have to. Hopefully I don't, but definitely a solid purchase. So I'm gonna finish this up and then prep it for paint. All right, so I'm gonna end this video here. I'm gonna have a part 2 on when I paint it and put the filler putty in on that crack right there. But takeaway is I definitely recommend this. I'll have the link down in the description. Please drop a like and subscribe. Pretty happy with the results. So if I have to, I'll definitely use this again. Hopefully I don't, because hopefully it stays together. But please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.